Hi, my name is Lena. This is my channel. I make videos about Pokemon cards and prices, and I try to keep track of buyouts. And thank you to my 20 subscribers. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate every one of you guys. This is all for you guys. So thank you guys so much. Today I'm going to be doing $50 or less, plus 40 and 30 since I know my last video was $20, so we're just going to combine them together. There's not that many of them in that range, so it's just better to combine them. I'm also going to be going over Prismatic since I completely skipped it the last few videos. There are some under 20, but I'm just going to include it all in this video. This video is packed with heavy hitters. Yeah, so let's get through it. I'll try to get through it as fast as I can. I made sure to include prices for every single card in this list because it's such a big range from 50 to 20. So yeah, starting with Chaos Rising, I have Roxy's Performance and AZ's Tranquility. AZ is 43.10 and Roxy is 37.38. I have really low expectations for these cards, so please don't feel rushed to get them. I wouldn't be surprised if they keep dropping from this. So yeah, that's Chaos Rising for you, though it's less than 2 weeks old, pretty sure. Into perfect order, I have Clefairy and Jacinthe for you. Jacinthe is 36.93 and Clefairy is 33.76. Onto Ascended Heroes, I have Iris's Fighting Spirit for 41.17, Canary for 48.99, and Mega Electros EX 44.68. Team Rocket's Mimikyu for 31.14, Erica's Tangela for 28.41, and Cerber for 29.90. And now Phantasmal Flames, I have Dawn and Meowth. These are some iconic cards. Dawn is 33.37 and Meowth is 30.95. Here also is Mega Sharpedo for 24.97, Mega Lopunny for 20.48, and Rotom EX for $20.43. And I personally like this Rotom, it's pretty cool. Onto Mega Evolution, I have Acerola's Mischief and Wally's Compassion. Acerola is 38.46 and Wally is 24.10. This Bulbasaur and Ivysaur are connecting with the Mega Venusaur EX, one of the more expensive cards in this list, and they're both around $25, so that's cool. Onto Black Bolt, White Flare. This will be a little longer. I have Genesect EX and Meloetta EX. Genesect is 44.74 and Meloetta is 42.29. I'm going to try to pair Pokemon related to each other with each other. Petilil and Lilligant. Lilligant is 43.78 and Petilil is 33.36. Amoonguss 38.12. Audino 41.06. Audino is Osaka Itu. I love Osaka Itu. Audino is 41.06. And Booger Mew or Solosis from Black Bolt at 31.85. Some of these Pokemon really don't deserve to be on this list. They really don't. Pidove and Unpheasant, especially Unpheasant, should not be here. Electros, Little Fishy 2. Pidove is 28.82, Unpheasant is 30.39, and Electros is 28.87. I have a Yukamori Kling Klang for 28.23, Conkeldurr for 28.65, and Cobalion for 29.71. Snivy for 27.71, looking really, really cute. Cincino and Mincino for 28.45 and 23.71. All three of these cards I highly disagree with. Just the fact that they're on this list. Tortuga is 28.17. Pansage is 26.45. Pretty sure Pansage was in my under 20 video. And Alola Mola 24.48. I don't think Alola Mola should be worth anything, really, in my opinion. I know Alola Mola is a meme, but I don't think it's worth $24. I think it's worth like $7. So this is it's just fishy. Plus, I saw it only had 5 listings the other day, so I just looked like a buyout had already happened. But some people love it. Landorus for 25.98, Fracture for 23.22, and Scolipede for 27.23. Excadrill EX for 22.03, Electrite for $20.65, and Carablast for $21.29. Carablast also was in my under 20 video, so I'm not happy that it's here so soon. I believe the buyout happened literally yesterday. On to White Flare, I have Samurott 47.81 and Lipard 45.58. I'm a little confused why Lipard is so expensive. I can see why Samurai is, not so much Lipard. Embor and Vanillux. The Vanillux line in this set is incredible and I love it, so I totally understand. Embor, I can see why. It's a starter. Embor is 43.11. Vanillux is 40.66. Next, we have Saucebuck for 39.56, Levani for 42.38, and Verzion for 31.83. I have a gorgeous Lillipup and Stoutland. Lillipup is 35.92. Stoutland is 37.20. Stoutland used to be $50, but it crashed recently. And her deer is around $13, so it's not really part of this list. But that's the full line, anyways, if you wanted it. Zorura for 36.64 and Zebra Striker for 28.25 and Jellicent EX for 30.81. Drudgegon for 28.35, Joltik for 28.36, and Tepig for 29.83. More White Flare Ducklet for 27.87, Whimsicott EX for 25.59, a pretty affordable SIR, and Terrakion for 25.88. Ducklet and Terrakion had a buyout, that's why they are in this list, otherwise they wouldn't be in this list. Copagregious 21.17, Scrafty 21.34, and Scraggy 22.09. I believe the last ones in Black Bolt White Flares, Gothita and Garbodor. Garbodor used to be $15, so I don't know why it's up $5 so fast. And finally, on to the rest of Scarlet Violet, I have Destined Rivals. Ethan's Adventure for 47.45 and Misty's Lapras for 40.61. Misty's Lapras, of course, is a steal always. Team Rocket's Giovanni for 36.97. Team Rocket's Meowth, which I personally am in love with, for 33.33. Arvin's Mabostiff EX for 32.86. Ethan's Typhlosion for 33.23. Team Rocket's Ariana, the trainer card, 28.82. And Yan Mega EX for 25.41. Journey Together, I have Iono's Belly Bowl EX for 43.78 and Hopsization EX for 37.61. Articuno and Volcanion EX. Articuno is 27.38 and Volcanion is 20.75. On to Surging Sparks, I have Lycia's Appeal for 32.85, Hydreigon EX with a Terra Crown for 41.62, and Latios for 35.44. And the Latios is beautiful. I'm sure it'll do well. And it's an Okachi too. That's cool. Alolan Executor for 32.09 and Durant EX for 30.50. Jasmine's Gaze for 23.79 and Ceruledge for 23.30. The Jasmine's Gauge is absolutely stunning too. The only card under $50 and above 20 is Hydrapple EX for 34.90, and I don't think it got here naturally. Shrouded Fable, this is where most of Shrouded Fable is. Cassiopeia for 40.60, Monkey Dory for 42.50. This Monkey Dory is beautiful, and Houndoom for 50.10. And it's a pretty epic Houndoom. The Duskull line that is ever so popular. The Duskull, of course, doesn't really count because it's overpriced. It's $57.80, but the Dusclops is $50.74, just barely makes the cut. And Dusk Noir, $35.60. Pheasantipity EX for $45.86. Petarant EX for $46.03. And Okidogi EX for 21.42. They all have the toxic chain going on. Cresselia for 27.32, and it's gorgeous. Zorua for 21.26 by Rend, and it's gorgeous. Beware for 36.95, and this was scalped a few months ago. On to Twilight Masquerade, I have Lana's Aid, which is really cute, and Blood Moon Ursaluna EX by Mina Mina Mi Take. And I'm in love with this Ursaluna. I bought it for my birthday. Lana is 36.30 and Ursaluna is 46.28. Hisuian Growlithe goes with Perrin, and Perrin is the most expensive card in the set. And Kieran goes with Carmine, and Carmine is about $60-$70. But either way, Hisuian Growlithe is 34.08, and Kieran is 32.44. The rest of Twilight Masquerade, Sinistra EX for 26.94. It goes with a Poltergeist that is a lot cheaper and more affordable, so there's that. Teal Mask Ogerpon EX for 28.33, the most expensive of the masks. And Tatsugiri for 22.20, and I think it's a pretty cute Osare Tatsugiri. We're on to Temporal Forces. I have this gorgeous Iron Leaves EX for 43.49. I really love this Iron Leaves. Gouging Fire EX and Deerling. Deerling is 45.89. Gouging Fire is 46.71. I have Saucebuck in the quarter here because Saucebuck is overpriced for this video. 59.73. Just keep that in mind if you want to buy one of them. I just put that there so you know at least what you're getting into. Litten for 40.61, and there are no other Incineroar art cards, which is a shame. And Drampa 38.75, and Metagross, I love this Metagross, for 37.69. Bianca's Devotion is 27.05, Cincino is 36.07, and Mincino is 24.20. I think all three of them look gorgeous together, and obviously the Mincino and the Cincino go together. Gorgeous, of course. Iron Boulder was in my under 20 video, so I'm kind of irritated that it's here. There was a buyout literally yesterday. Arbok is 27.86. Iron Boulder EX is 27.95 and Lickitung is 27.10. Lickitung is cute. Onto Paradox Rift, I have Roaring Moon EX for 41.27. I also have mine in here. Plusle goes with it and it's 53.18 unfortunately, but mine is 46.40. I have Steelix for 41.04. Steelix has been growing very healthy lately. Morpeko for 38.86, and I'm sure that will grow too. And a Water Terra Garchomp EX for 36.98. Mantike for 36.79, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Goldango EX for 35.24, although I think it jumped $10 really fast. Yavelta for 29.28. This incredible Yukamori IPOM that was also scalped recently for 32.01. Swablu for 29.12 with a bunch of Wingull cameos, and Joltik sleeping on a Yamper, which I'm also in love with. Golisopod EX for 25.70. Minor for 25.64, and Iron Valiant EX for 23.53, and the Iron Valiant has a few cameos in it too. And then just Tapu Koko EX for 21.55. On to Prismatic Evolutions. I'm so sorry I missed Prismatic. I just mentally block out Prismatic personally because it's so expensive and not worth my money or time at all. And the pull rate is so horrific. No offense to Eevee fans, the set is terrible. Terrapagos EX for $37.83. Goldango EX for $49. And I actually like how this Goldango looks. It's flying over the city. And Palafin EX. I personally love Palafin, so I like this card. It's kind of funny. I have this beautiful Iron Crown EX for $36.70, Petron EX for $33.44, and Iron Hands EX for $34.90, and I personally think all of these cards are pretty awesome. Crispin and Lacey. I believe Crispin is popular in TCG, otherwise I don't think you'd be worth that much. 47.65, and Lacey is 28.69. Both of these are under 20. This is Amorous for 15.80 and Drayton for 17.73. I have this questionable Janine card for 26.67. Sandy Shocks EX for 25.90. It's a Tetsu Kayama, but it's Sandy Shocks. And then Kieran for 20.57. I have some Augerpon masks for you, and then that's it for Prismatic. Teal Mask Augerpon at 22.93, Hearthflame Mask 1970, Wellspring Mask 1868, Cornerstone Mask 1711. Onto Scarlet Violet 151. We got some 151, but not a lot. Erica's Invitation for 21.37, Nido King for 23.55. This amazing Tetsukayama Machoke and Tangela for 22.53. Onto Paldean Fates. I think it's just these two. Iono for 30.16 and Clive for $26.95. I personally am in love with the Clive. The Clive was scalped recently, but it has a ton of awesome cameos, so not too surprised. Onto Obsidian Flames, we're onto the last sets. This beautiful Haguna Suke Cleffa, one of my favorite cards. Gloom for 28.02, Cleffa is 44.93. Pidgey and Pidgeot EX. Pidgey is 21.39. Pidgeot EX is 23.15, so not so far ahead. And Pidgeotto is under 20, so they're not too expensive to complete. Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved has a ton of trios that I can show you. It's a little expensive, but there's a ton of good stuff. Chimpao EX 28.79, Miss Magus 28.35, Sudowoodo for 29.69, and I love this Sudowoodo so much. Tinkatank for 33.20, Tinkatuff for 37.25, and Tinkaton EX for 59.50. I love this line, but it's very popular. I find it interesting. The Tinkaton is the most expensive, as that one is about $60. Here, the Fuecoco is the more expensive one, being $54.12, but otherwise I have Crocolore for $21.32 and Skeledirge EX for $37.91. Frigibax for $22.90. Arctibax is under 20, so it's a little underpriced at $19.24, and Baxcalibur for $26.67. These are all made by Komiya, so there's something to consider. I love this line so much. They're all upside down. For the Meowscarada line, Meowscarada EX is $36.46. Sprigatito is the most expensive of the line at $60.80. A little expensive, so it's not really under $50. And a Florigato for $21.17. Fletchender at $20.29. Ice Cube at $21.01. I don't remember Ice Cube being so expensive. And Heracross at $30.79. And I love that Heracross so much. And now we're on to the last bits, yay. Scarlet Violet base set. We just Scarlet Violet base set. We have Riolu at $44.29. It's a really cute Riolu. Kirilla for $50.36. Slowpoke. I love the Slowpoke for $48.46, and this Slowpoke is a banger. I'm so serious. Wiglet 3307. I don't like that it's this expensive. Fido 2761, and Miriam 2894. And Miriam has a Pikachu cameo in the back. It's pretty cute. Meridian EX 2632 with the dash bun. Grivard for 2506. And Corydon EX for 2430. And Corydon is 2409. Sorry, I had to edit that. I made some mistakes, but appreciate you guys for watching this video. This was everything under $50. If I didn't cover it in this video, it's in my under 20 or under 10 or under 5 video. But either way, yeah, I really appreciate you guys for watching and watching all the way through. I really appreciate you guys. And everybody who likes, subscribes, and comments, I see all of you guys. And I'm going to do more buyout videos, and I'm going to bring one on Black Bolt White Flare soon. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you.